how's it going, lads? This is my SE30s, the two of them. Bought this one here last week from a guy in Cork. He wanted 100 quid, went up, had a look at what's working, no display, got him under €60, bought it, came home, took it apart. First thing I noticed was that the back of it wasn't the correct one, namely that was the back of it there, a Mac SE, which wasn't a good start. So opened it up and found half the screws were missing inside it. I went, oh Jesus, someone's already opened it. So I kept taking it apart, and thankfully the first thing was, as you can see, Mr. Battery here didn't leak, so I ripped him out. All the caps had leaked everywhere, destroyed. It was really bad now, really bad sign of electrolyte everywhere. RAM sim's all fully populated, and it has a 2-chip sim, whereas my old SE30, the one that was working along, has 4-chip sim. Don't know why, but there you go. Anyway, so tore off all the caps, recapped it by hand, or sorry, recapped with radials, fired her up, and lovely chime. Video came on, but it was full of junk on the display. Here's a little clip that I put up a few days ago. The mouse is there, it's flashing. Comes up with the flashing disc icon, but the whole display is all over the place. What in the name of God is wrong with this SE30? When I connect it to a hard drive, it boots up. You can see the whole welcome to Macintosh coming up, but what is causing that? Get back to this guy. So, good chime, boots up, which means, like, you know, most of everything was working, but the video was all a mess. So onto 68K Liberation Army, and why won't this goddamn thing focus? Will it focus? And I'm told that these little chappies down here are your culprits. What do you have? You have UB8, UC8, UD8, UE8, F and G8. These little chappies here. And namely, the main culprit is always this guy, UE8. And why? Because of this little guy here, this cap, which is a C7. Now, that's the radial that I changed it over to, but it was one of them aluminium caps, the original ones that came with, which only have a shelf life 10-15 years, and they leak everywhere. So what happens is these guys leak the electrolyte, and it goes in under all these connections. And all these chips there are to do with video, and so are all these. I won't even pretend for a second that I have a clue what they do. I haven't an iota. So all I do is I just clean, and I look for any faults, shorts, broken traces, which I fixed several computers by doing, especially around here on SE30s. Battery leaks, acid, and you can see the breaks and the traces, and I've managed to repair several of them by just jumping those. Anyhow, this one could not find anything wrong, so I went onto the forum and everyone said it's this guy, UE8, and to take him off. So I think it was Uniserver from the 68K Liberation Army suggested I hot air gun this guy off, which I did, and take off that chip, clean all under the board, which you need your flux, which I use this stuff. What the hell is that called? That's some fucking Baker soldering fluid number 3. Who cares, it works anyway. That, and this is your little wick, I think it's called. Desoldering wick, I know what it is, but clean up all these little traces, and there's a lot of them. I think there's 16 pins in these chips. I never counted them, but there's a lot, and these are small. So cleaned it up, sanded the other side of that chip, put it back on, resoldered it back on, checked and checked, and it looked perfect to me, but same problem with the video, no good. So back to the forum, asked everybody, and they kept telling me it's this guy, the connections aren't right, and I said no, they're all right. But sure enough, I had no choice, so they told me to start looking at the schematics, you know, and I can't read them. I mean, here's I don't know, can you see this goddamn thing, but, you know, lovely, yeah, schematic, lovely, right. Give me an example. What's this one? This is, where's the UE8? The UE8's up, is it this one? One of these goddamn things, I don't know, let's say it's this one, right? And they're all numbered, lovely, and it shows you, like, he goes to there, whatever, and I can't read these things, you know what I mean? The minute I see like a letter B or A or like, you know, what the hell does that mean? I don't know. And I just haven't the patience. Maybe if I watched a YouTube video on schematics I'd probably be grand, but I just couldn't be arsed. So what I did, my battery died. Anyway, so yeah, as I was saying, I haven't a clue what all these goddamn letters mean. I just couldn't be arsed, so I was at a standpoint, you know, where, what else could I do? I mean, all I was doing was visual inspection, magnifying glass, you know, and trying to find it. So, come up with a simple, dumb, beginner's idea that this is my working SE30. Non-working, working. This was the SE30 I was on about a couple of weeks ago, and it's the first one I recapped with tantalums. First and last time using tantalums. I don't like tantalums because you can't really see the goddamn connection. You know, you can't, you kind of, where the fuck, you know, here you go. No, it's not the best, it's rough, but hey, I did them all. Oh, that's the one UF 50 volt, I didn't have one of those. So did those, and it worked first time, and happy days. This is an SE30, it works perfect. So, with my non-electronic mind, the only solution was to figure out a way of finding out what these traces are doing, like which ones are connected, which ones are not. And I had these ones which I know are all connected and going to the right place, so I came up with my own pathetically simple little idea, which I know before anyone says anything to me is not the correct way of doing it, but here's what I did. Now, we're on a tripod, lovely hurling Nora. Now, oh Jesus, back a bit. Come on, Spielberg, come on, boy, get the fucking thing right. Oh Jesus. Okay, we'll try it that way. Anyway, look. Arse, will do it. Right. So in desperation and frustration and just not the patience to watch a simple video and read a schematic, out with the meter. Little old beep beep, right? Go to the good board. UE8, pin 1. There. Next one, just go around and find a beep. This is what I did. Oh, which one am I going? Takes a minute. Oh, there we go. So, on UE8 on the top, second pin in goes to that chip, third pin in. That's what I did. Okay, there's a working board, that's tested to that. So, over to this guy, UE8, third pin, was it? I don't know. Actually, the one I just metered out was the one that I broke. But that's what I started doing, pin by pin. I go to the next pin, and I just go around them, go along all these damn chips. Oh, there's another connection. That's the fourth pin in on the top from the right hand side, goes to the third pin in on that top chip down there. That's this guy. So, 4 pin in, so UE8, 1, 2, 3, 4 pin in. And bottom one, come in. Oh, yeah, he's working. So this is what I did. I was just taking the next pin on whatever chip I was worried about, finding anywhere where I got a beep, didn't matter where, and then testing here. Now I know it's not correct because this trace from this pin might go down to there, but it might also go over here, here and here. So by testing just that connection there, you're not testing as the rest working. I know that, but it was better than what I had, which was zip. So anyhow, after hot air going off that chip, cleaning it, putting it back on, 100% sure it was correct, I found, I think it was one of them wasn't connected. I had no beep. So I looked at it in shock and said, how could that be? And it turns out, now it's going to be hard for you to see this, what it turned out to be that, if you go in here, give me something to show you this. Now this is not my camera. No, it's got a crap zoom.
Focus, you
crap
piece
focus.
of
It's not focusing at all. Is this thing on auto?
Yeah.
So zoom in a bit more. Oh yes, we might get it. No, beyond the scope of this lens. This will have to do, right. If you look carefully at all these chips, you'll see that the pin comes out onto its pad, and very close to just above on a hell of a lot of these is a little via. So pin comes out, pad, trace up to a little via. And I found that that's what was gone on these. If you move this over, I found one was gone on UE8 and two were gone on, was it UD8, that guy in there? So a little tiny via up here, tiny trace, and up to the pad where the pin was sitting on it. It was broken between there and there. So I got a tiny piece of wire and just soldered from the via directly onto the chip, onto the pin. And I found one broken on UE8, I found two broken on UD8 from using that pathetic random search continuity test that I was doing. But hey, it worked. And when I repaired the first one, I powered it up and I saw a big improvement in the screen, like there was less junk. When I found the second one, even less, where I only had vertical lines, like the typical was it jail bar, prison bar, whatever it's called. And when I got the third one, wallop, I had a perfect goddamn screen, and I did the river dance. I jumped all over this room here, and it was bloody great. But I just thought I'd share it with you lads, for people who don't understand schematics like me and couldn't be arsed teaching themselves. Yeah, well, it's gone. So it's just a simple, okay, stupid way of doing it, but it worked for me. And that was it, you know. I'll disconnect oh, that was it. Anyway, hope it helps. And something else I found was when I was soldering. No. So anyhow, that's what I found, lads. I got perfect video now, and but then I had a problem as well. I had bad sound, and it turned out to be my solder connections, which I thought I was good at. But I think it was Technic explained to me like that. I wasn't using enough flux. Well, actually, I was never using flux. I didn't realise till I bought that stuff, which made a big difference. And now I have nice shiny connections. But what it was is I had bad sound, so I ended up taking off all these caps again. Using the wick, take off every piece of solder, which I thought was, you know, unnecessary, but it turned out I had to take off every piece of solder off every cap, clean the board thoroughly, and then out with acetone, clean it, then put flux on, a bit of fresh solder, another bit of flux, reattach the caps, ended up with nice shiny connections, no goddamn dirt, no residue, nothing. Powered it up and wallop, and now fully functioning SE30 with an ugly piece of pink wire. Forgive the pink wire, it's all I had, but hey, it worked. So for anyone with that silly random junk on your screen, after dismissing the lads on the forum saying, no, it's not this chip, I fixed it, it turned out they were right. This cap, if it leaks, it eats under all these, which is what they told me. And for anyone with a similar problem, your problem is along here. My problem was one pin here, two here. These were all okay. But that is your problem. It's nothing else. You can reseat this goddamn thing a million fucking times. That's what I was doing, and reseating this goddamn thing and this thing and everything. But there's the Monkey Man there by UE8, and the culprit is C7. So yeah, hope this helps people anyway. I might go off now and learn to read schematics and save myself a whole load of trouble. But I'll just put it back together and show you what the finished result was. Okay, let's get this guy in. I've been at these Macs for about 8-9 months now, from a complete novice. But I've recapped about 10 machines, all successfully, and trial and error. I was about 4 months trying to get onto that 68k Liberation Army forum. The site admin wasn't confirming emails because you had to activate your account. And when I got on there, I swear to God, it made all the difference. Now anyhow, this power cable is a pain in the arse to connect. Let me get this guy out of the way. Oh, get in the fucking thing, will you? Lovely. Scuzzy. Oh, sweet Jesus. They sure as hell didn't design these things to be taken apart a lot. In you go, go on, you bastard, get in there. Looking good. Floppy. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-do-do-do. Yeah. But I tell you, like, I was at this for about a week, I'd say, filming it, you know, 4 or 5 days. But when you finally get it, like, you know, there's no word for it, like. Now, I was saying earlier on, the analog board was dead on the one I bought. It wasn't dead, I mean, it came on, but a lovely sweet smell of burning something was coming out of it very quickly, which I can't say I liked. So, I have 2 other SE30s, so I just robbed the board out of that, slapped it in there, and voila. So the time came to fire this little thing up and see what I had. So, anyone that works on these will know that it's a nightmare of junk. You have bits of stuff everywhere. Now we'll stick in the mouse, bit of power. Make sure there's nothing underneath shorting out the motherboard. No, we're lovely, we're lovely. Okay. Over here, Betsy. Jesus. Now, let's see what we got. Okay, okay, now. Oh, we got a chime. Jesus, this better work. Oh, look at the flicker on that. Now it's flickering like Jesus, but sure, hey, what can you do? That's just, oh, shut up, everyone knows what that is. Come on, Betsy, look at that memory, counting memory, I'd say. I was doing the river dance when I saw this. Oh, sweet Jesus, and no hard drive. One sec. Let's try that again, shall we? Haha, that's better, yeah. Yeah, I didn't put in the SCSI properly. And it's flickering to hell, I know, but I can assure you that is a perfect screen. I just want to show you what's on this. Because the other day when I got this display, it was the first time I could actually let it boot up so I could see what's on the hard drive, which is my biggest kick of getting these old machines going. And the first thing I go for is up here, about this Mac. System 7.5, 32 megabytes of RAM. From what year was this? The SE30 was the late 80s, early 90s. My first PC, which I got in the 90s, I think it was 96, 97, had 16 mega RAM on it. This thing had 32 a good 5 to 8 years beforehand. This thing was a legend in its own time. The SE30, boy. And there you go, 32 mega RAM. System software 26 meg. What the hell? I can never understand that. Is that what's left over? That's what it's using anyway. But there you go, lads. Another successful repair. UE8 and capacitor C7. Electrolytic fluid. Time. Perfect combination and ingredients to drive one crazy. And that's how I figured it out anyway. Just by having a working SE30 board beside me. If you don't have one, unfortunately you got to go learn how to read a schematic, which I think I'm going to do next. So hope this helps someone out there, and be good. Promises, and he said carry on.